Hey guys, Genki Purple here. Now, for this video, it's gonna be something different. Because I know in my last video I said I will be talking about the beta destroyers, but for this video there's actually one warrior member that I really want to talk about, because it seems like he had a lot more involvement in the game back then. You know, like during the beta stages of the game, but he ended up just being cut out for a lot of it, and well, unfortunately only appeared in one mission. Well, one mission cutscene. Well, two actually, but you get what I'm saying. And well, judging by the title, I think you know who it is. For today's video, we're going to be talking about the new blood himself, Lynx. Lynx is a warrior slash new blood member, known for wearing a baseball tee with black sleeves, with khaki jeans, black and white Adidas, fingerless gloves similar to Ajax, and a headband similar to Ash. I believe him and Ajax are actually one of the only members in the group to actually have gloves, since, well, both of them have fingerless gloves. And, well, with the New Blood members, rarely any of them had headbands besides the main members like Snow and Kochi's, though most of the other New Blood members have cuffs and, you know, jewelry and stuff, and many of them are shirtless like a lot of the other members. In my honest opinion, I think he's one of the well-dressed New Bloods of the group. Like, I honestly like how his design looks compared to the rest. Although, unfortunately, despite many of the other New Bloods being in certain missions, like say for some of the flashback missions and, you know, missions like Real Heavy Rep, you know, some of the Destroyers missions, Lynx never really appeared in those missions, and well, he actually only appears in one, that being Scout's Honor, both in the beginning cutscene and the final cutscene. Though keep that in mind, because there's something interesting about him in Scout's Honor, which I'll mention later. Though, it seems originally, because of all the beta screenshots and a lot of other info found out about him, it seemed that he was going to have a much bigger role in the story, as mentioned before, though he ended up just being cut out from that for whatever reason. So, let's start from a certain mission he was originally going to be initially a part of with the other New Bloods. That mission being Real Heavy Rep. In the mission Real Heavy Rep, Lynx was supposed to be in the mission with some of the other New Bloods, kind of like how it was in the final game, but the members were switched back then. Originally in the mission it was going to be Lynx, Jones, Rhino, Cody, Ash still remained in the mission, but at one point it was going to be Malcolm as well in the mission, though still with Ash and everybody else. Though in the final game it ended up being changed to Ash, Fox, Ace, West, and Terrence for whatever reason. Speaking of that, when Ace died in the mission, this happened when I was recording for the recreation where I put Lynx in the mission by simply swapping the textures. Apparently when Ace died in the game, it ended up displaying Rhino died on the screen, which again kind of indicates that Rhino was supposed to be in the game, and here's a screenshot for proof if you guys see right here. And speaking of that, if you go to free roam, like, you know, you beat all the missions and stuff, and like you go out to Coney and try to do some of the missions or recruit some of the warriors to mess around in Coney, if you kill Terrence and West, no joke, their names will display as Cody and Royce, which again kind of indicate that they were supposed to be for originally the mission and why they were changed up again. I'm guessing they forgot to, you know, code the names back to the new characters for whatever reason. But again, you get the idea, and you can try it out yourself. Don't get with the rest of the New Bloods. But anyway, again, I don't know why they changed the New Bloods in the mission Heavy Rep for some of the rest with Lynx and everything. Though again, as you can see by the many screenshots I'm showing you now from the beta, it's clear that a bunch of the New Bloods, which do include Lynx and the rest, were eventually supposed to be in this mission. Again, why were they cut? Who the hell knows? But let's move on to something else. Originally in the Warriors hangout, a lot of other members were supposed to hang out there, again, including the ones that you don't see. Again, like Malcolm, Lynx, and apparently originally in the beta, when you complete some of the bonus missions in Coney, some of the shop owners and some of the citizens, well, I believe, come around the hangout and, you know, just be able to hang out there. Kind of like how some of the girls, you know, when you beat the game, you see a bunch of you know, probably hookers and just random girls coming to the hangout, you know, just to talk and everything, drink beer with the rest of the warriors. It was going to be something like that. And it was going to be like that one guy too. So I forgot what the character's name is, but you know that bonus mission where you get that guy's costume back? In the beta, apparently he would hang around the warriors hangout and, you know, just chill with the warriors, saying he doesn't want to leave and ask if he could get a vest sometime, you know, join up with the crew. But yeah, many other New Bloods can be seen in other beta screenshots, but again, certain ones who don't appear a lot in missions like Lynx and Malcolm and Jones don't really appear in the hangout in the final game for whatever reason. Now, let's move on to another mission that Lynx was originally supposed to be a part of. Now, originally in the Mission Scout's honor, despite the fact that Lynx only appears in 2 cutscenes, that being, again, the beginning cutscene where Fox, gets his FU Hunt shirt with Vermin, and the end where they finally get back and explain that, they taught the Hunts a few things or so. It seems that Lynx actually had a bigger role in the mission originally, because for those who don't know, apparently the mission was going to be a bit different, because instead of taking down the Hunt's prophets and all that stuff and, teaching them a lesson, as Cleon puts it, hitting them where it hurts, their pockets, it seems he would have originally had to go to their Shaolin Temple and steal the green dragon statue from it, as hinted by the original audio files found by Crazy for Games. And Lynx could have been a part of it, hence these unused models found by Atlas, because these unused models, well, 2 of them at least, kind of indicate that he was supposed to be in the mission, because, just look at them. You can see that, in one, Lynx has, one of the models, Lynx has an FU Hunt shirt, with, a casual white t-shirt with FU Hunts, kind of like how Fox had it. And, again, with his model, he has no headband, just, no gloves. He looks more casual. He still has the khakis and Adidas, but again, just a white t-shirt, none of the stuff that, kind of indicates that he's a warrior. And again, he has another model, which is basically just the same thing, but just with a clear white t-shirt rather than, the t-shirt with the FU Huns, on it. But again, it's pretty interesting, because this kind of indicates that he was supposed to be in the mission. Now, I have a theory that he might have originally just been in with him and Fox instead of rather, Fox and Vermin. Because in the audio files too, it kind of indicates that it clearly was someone else with Fox in the mission and not Vermin. Because if you listen to the audio, now I'm going to link the video in the description below so you can hear it yourself, but at about, say, 37 seconds, you can hear someone say, quote,
"That's gotta be the dragon room. We're gonna have to sneak inside and grab the statue."
So yeah. Now, Fox also says the line as well, but I'm guessing it depends on who found the room first. Because, again, as stated, they have to go into a dragon room and steal the green dragon statue, as Fox also says a line, quote,
"The first thing we need is the green dragon statue from the temple."
Though yeah, it's pretty interesting how Lynx may have originally been a part of this mission. Though my guess was also, another theory I had was originally it was going to be Fox, Vermin, and Lynx. But who really knows? Again, it really sucks, because this could have given Lynx more potential to be in the game. Though again, like Malcolm and some of the other New Bloods, he barely even appeared for whatever reason. Though, let's talk about this other model real fast, the bruised up Lynx. I don't know what this model was intended for. It could have been intended for some of the other missions, maybe Heavy Rep or some of the other New Blood missions, like maybe Destroyed, or just, some of the missions that were supposed to, casually make a cameo in. I have no idea. It probably indicates that there was going to be originally a mission that was going to be, or maybe, because a lot of the other missions originally in the game were going to be very different depending on the audio files. Like, say for Destroyed. Destroyed was originally going to be a little bit different because Vermin and Cleon will probably have a little bit more interactions because they're obviously talking to each other in some of those. And again, with like some missions with their original task, like Vermin had to take a certain Destroyer member out before Virgil apparently got backup. Having to chase Sanchez through another different part of the map in, Spanish Harlem. Again, it's just kind of interesting. Though again, I really wish we could have known like what more about Lynx and some of the other New Bloods, because it really sucks that some characters in the game barely appear, like say for the Destroyer's officers, who from what I heard were originally supposed to be in the flashback missions with the Destroyers, but again, that's what I heard from the Warriors wiki, though. I'll probably mention those guys in the next episode when I really talk about the Destroyers for episode 3. So yeah, with Lynx in the Savage Hunt mission, it really could have been cool to have him in it. Because again, from what it seems, originally he would have been the one to team up with Fox, rather than him teaming up with Vermin. So yeah. In conclusion, like I stated, it seems that Lynx was originally supposed to have a bigger role in the Warriors game with a lot of the New Bloods, but it just, well, never happened for whatever reason again. I think it honestly sucks because I think he's one of the cooler looking New Bloods in the group along with, Terrence, West, Jones, and Rhino even. And again, as I mentioned before, you can just swap out the textures since Terrence, West, Ace, and Lynx all have the same model. So if you do want to add Lynx to those missions, you could just swap out the textures like I did for my recreation. And again, so I use PCSX2, since it's a really easy tool to mod stuff in, edit textures for. But yeah, Lynx was a character that I really think was a missed opportunity because they could have done a lot with him, especially with the other New Bloods again, like Malcolm and some of the rest, because, again, certain characters were originally meant to be in this game, but were just cut out for whatever reason. Though, I'm going to talk a lot more about that because there's a lot of interesting things I found from the Discord group with Atlas, Blake, and some of the other members, because there were some interesting characters that they showed on there which really surprised me. But there actually is something I really want to talk about here. So, as you saw the unused models, you know, as I showed you from my Atlas video, well, not my video, but Atlas video, where he basically made a video showing the unplayable characters that were found in the game files, such as Sully with a ripped shirt, because apparently in that mission you were supposed to beat up Sully and rip off his shirt in the mission No Permits No Parlay, Destroyer, Snow, and Cowboy, Bruised Up Lynx, Dead Ash, which I recreated for my mod, and again the Bruised Up Lynx, which I recreated for the mod too. And no joke, I asked Blake if he can extract the texture somehow, since apparently he could. The only way he can use these characters is in the normal version of the PCX2 and not the Nightly version, since it's not that easy to extract the textures on the normal PCSX2 emulator, you know, the PS2 emulator. Because in Nightly, they actually give you like an option to, you know, extract the textures, you know, edit them and put them in the game. But there is a tool for the normal PCSX2 emulator to extract the textures. I asked Blake, hey, to pull it off, if he can actually, you know, extract the textures, and no joke, he did. And because of that, no joke, the Bruised Up Lynx model had the original Warriors beta logo, which, as I mentioned before, was still the Cobra, but it originally had different looking feathers. And I want to recreate the mod to make a final update to make the characters beta accurate as they should be, because they also extracted Destroyer Snow's, Cowboy's texture, the Ripped Shirt Sully texture, which I will add for the mod pack. So what you're basically will be getting is the real beta textures for the mod, because I'm honestly just in disbelief how they look. And again, I even got Dead Ash's model and some other cool unused models, which I fortunately can't add because a lot of them are, you know, jumbled up and again are misplaced models and stuff like that. But again, I'm really surprised that he found these textures. You know, I'm really surprised Atlas found the textures and Blade was able to extract them. I can't thank both of them enough for, like, you know, helping them, you know, doing their mod stuff, you know, helping them for the Warriors community and all that. So again, I'm just really glad for that. I won't show any screenshots or any stuff yet, but I will show this one image as an indication of what's to come. Because again, I'll be making one final Warriors mod update to my beta mod, but this time you'll be getting the beta accurate models. You'll get them with the real beta logos and character designs. Stuff like that. Please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.